Everything good, Good.
Hold on, still loading.
I'll check it on my end too. That'd be some shit. Jake start, getting down and then shit crazy. Yeah, yeah. Crazy. Yeah, we look good.
You know,
Yeah. Con. All right.
uh,
Shalom. It's the brother Kalaya
we better push out.
coming at you with another lesson. Prior to getting started, we like to give all glory, honors, and praise unto
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Bashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem, Rakatash.
Makakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to hopefully elect. Shalom. All
Shalom.
right. And as you can read the title, all right, we're gonna be going into the King of Terrors, man. All right, Yahweh. Okay, which this world ignorantly calls him God. All right, and what inspired this lesson is the misconception that the Lord is good all the time. All right, and He does no evil. Okay, but we're gonna show you through the scriptures how intricate the Lord is when it comes down to deadly departure. All right,
Mm-hmm.
being returned back into the spirit world. All right, so without any further ado, you can grab that what I told you to grab that
Job, want Job first?
yeah, you can grab the Job first.
Uh, this Job chapter 18. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna start at 11.
God,
It says, terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
all right, and I was talking to one of the beloved brothers. I think that was day before yesterday, and we kind of was talking about when the Lord overkills. All right, and I wouldn't even say overkill, but it seems as overkill to us. All right, we were talking about a particular situation, but nevertheless, you have to understand that this is the Lord expressing His wrath when things happen. When a guy is executed brutally, all right, excessively shot, okay, things of that nature. And Jake must remember that we're dealing with the king of terrors, man. Okay, that's another title for the Lord. All right, the king of terrors. He's also known as what? Alashaja. Okay, a terrible demon-like power amongst the heathen. You see, the Lord is not just about prosperity and just good. Okay, there's a balance to that, and we're gonna get that. All right. Babaka Shah, if you can grab and just for since we right there, grab that Exodus real quick. Exodus 15:3.
I got you one real quick.
Yep, you got it.
This first Samuel chapter 2 verse 3, it says, talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord Yahweh is a power of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. And if I could say, we at the point in time now where people's actions is getting ready to be weighed, right? Like we just read in the Job 18, that your confidence is going to be rooted out. All right, ultimately your actions is going to bring you literally to the king of terrors, man. All right. Brother Cabal got a good one on there too. Khan. Yeah, Shalom, Mark. Yabashima Shabakata.
Shalom. Yabashima Shabbat.
All
Shalom.
right. is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It says, "The just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to the light, and he
Yes.
faileth not, but the unjust know it no shame." You got
Con.
it.
Nah, hey, every morning. So we in the business of basically reporting news. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
not only are we reporting news on the prophecies, um, different weather events that are according to biblical times, right, such as earthquakes, things of that nature. We also bringing what? We bringing these things that the Lord be doing on a day-to-day basis to light as well. You know, these different the brother Kayad, for example, just posted yesterday, was going into a guy that killed 5 people. All right, he ran into him with an 18-wheeler. Hey, that's the work of the Lord, man. All
Yeah.
right, those 5 people and that guy was judged, even though he didn't die. His judgment was to sit and dwell in what? In prison, man. All
Mm-hmm.
right, but nevertheless, it says every day his judgments are brought to light. Okay, all throughout the days, man, you have people being judged. Okay, but you can grab that Exodus for me too, bro, just to show
Con.
you. And this is coming from the scriptures. This is not something we made up. This isn't something we got together before this live stream and said, hey, let's say this about the Lord. No, the scriptures is saying this. You got it.
This Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. It's- It says, "The Lord Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name."
Con, the Lord is a man of war. All right. So that that's a clear cut to the doctrine that the churches speak, that the Lord is just prosperity, butterflies and love, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? No, he a man of war. What does war consist of, man? Bloodshed. All right? Like I said in the beginning, deadly departures, returning back into the spirit world, being unalived. All right? And ultimately, when you go into that word war, it goes into what? Drama. You see? So the Lord is with, all of this, basically the inner workings of these different terrors that go down. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. It tell you in Amos 3 and
Oh,
6,
I
shall
got
they?
that.
Okay, I'll bring it out real fast for
Yep.
you then. You know,
That's the
just
spirit.
about
That
to.
was the next precept I had.
God. This Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?" Question mark. "Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh had not done it?"
Kind. Hey, it didn't say had that been good. No, it
Right.
said had there been evil done in the city and the Lord had not done it.
Hey, but
You got it.
he's a perfect balance, right?
That's right.
That's why Job said, shall we just receive all good and none evil? No,
Uh,
man, the Lord is a perfect balance, right? He's controlling the evil, he's controlling the good, and he's keeping it in a perfect balance, man. You know, and it's always been set up like that from the beginning, you know. Go ahead, you want to say something?
yeah, no, I got a precept to back you up. I was gonna wait on it, but you led me right into it.
Con.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 16 and verse 11, and it reads, "And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, it is a marvel if he escape unpunished. For
Mm-hmm.
mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also.
Mm.
He judgeth a man according to his works." You see? So on one hand, you have what? Mercy, but then on the other hand, you have judgment. All right, you have wrath.
Right.
And it's not one more than the other. It's a perfect balance. Okay? It didn't say he's more merciful than he is with giving his wrath. It says, as his mercy is great, so is his correction also.
Mm-hmm.
Showing you that they're equal. Okay? Um,
Yeah, I got you a little bit more than Amos.
yep, you got it.
This it's in the NLT. It says, "When a ram's horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed?" You know, we blowing the Rams horn week in, week out, man.
That's
All right, we
right.
blowing the horn right now. You see, it says, doesn't disaster come to a city unless the Lord Yahweh has planned it. So even before these what you call them, traumatic events,
Right.
all right. You know, you look at these movies like Final Destination, all right, when these different things, when they actually happen, all right, in real life, well, the Lord actually sanctioned it, man. You know, I got a real quick one to back that up. This
You got
Deuteronomy 32 and 39, right? It says, see now that even I am he, and there is no power with me. So the Lord, he telling you off the jump, look, I'm him. That's basically what the
that's
Lord is
it.
saying. He said, see now that even I am he. So I look, I'm him. I'm the Lord. It says there is no power with me. So he don't have nobody telling him what to do. No, I'm the most high. I do what I want. Right? It
That's
says,
right.
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You know, and like we say all the time, man, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. All right. When the Lord put the angel out there, all right, go get him. It ain't the angel ain't coming back without that spirit, man. You know, he coming to collect. He coming to do whatever the Lord told him to do. All right, and we're about to see this on a mass scale, man. All right, you can see with the way this guy Trump is talking. All right, you can see the even the different things that he's doing. You know, this magically over 60 bodies of the Northern Kingdom. Okay, over 60 bodies just appear on dry land, washed up from off the shores, shackled up, man. You know, and who's the one behind doing that, man? You know, go ahead.
Nah, you know, hey, this dude is, hey, he's doing some sinister shit, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
ultimately, when you because there's accounts of aircraft convoys riding with the doors open, that these different migrants, and when I mean doors, I mean the actual the when you be watching them those army movies when they jump out the back, the loading dock, all
yeah.
right, that's open with these different, with the Northern Kingdom that's being deported on them, man.
Hmm.
All right, you have news articles explaining these things. So you mean to tell me that's just a coincidence? Not
Right.
saying that's for sure or anything, but come on, we can put two and two together, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just that now you know he got that whole thing. Now is now he
What?
has the thing that's what you call it the new prison, man.
Oh, Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, like come on, man, what is this? You see?
Go
What?
search up, some of the things that was happening in Alcatraz.
Yeah,
That was a top revered prison at one point in time, man. Especially in the in what those mob niggas name, Al Capone and all them type of guys.
hmm.
They man, you know,
What's that one they used to have off the coast? That's what that is, off the coast of California.
Alcatraz,
That's
Alcatraz.
it. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
believe so. I believe it's Alcatraz.
Yeah, you go there, man. There's no way to escape, man.
Hey, they
You
they
know.
getting that together.
Yeah,
I
I
seen
heard about that. They're
videos.
trying to get that up and running.
I seen videos. I've never seen. And I'm in the construction business. Man, you had multiple people, multiple networks. What I mean by that, you had guys that were working on the actual cells, guys that was working on the plumbing, the lighting, the all at one time. You know,
Hmm.
and when if you know a little bit about construction, it's a process to doing things. You don't see the electricians until a certain time. You don't see, certain people not supposed to see each other. When I was watching the video, it was like, damn, they have all these people in there. To the naked eye, you wouldn't know that it's in a rush. But when you know construction, you like, damn, how the hell is this? But that just go to show you, they doing shit in warp speed, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, got you something real quick.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I got
real
something
quick.
too.
It's Revelations 12:12. It says,
Uh,
therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Got it?
so if we going into right now, the King of Terrors, he is behind all of this, right? He's sanctioning things to happen. All right, scriptures tell you what Esau was given power to take peace from the earth. He was given a
Mm-hmm.
sword. You see, then you have to understand that that's the Lord's wrath being placed on the earth. You see, through Esau Edom. All right. So how much more of these everyday events going on, unalivings, burnings, different things of that nature. And I got a
Yeah.
precept real quick. If you want, you can say something.
If I could add to you, because he's doing the job of the Lord on the left hand side, man. All right. He like it said, I'm gonna get that in Romans 13, you
Yeah,
know. But hey, he's doing the perfect work. The Lord's finna use him to bring forth the judgments, man. Until he actually sends his son to return and issue forth more judgment, right?
that's
And
right.
that's why I opened up with that Job 18. It said, terrorists shall make him afraid, man. All right. Because the terrorists, all right, the terrors of the Lord, we know the terrors of the Lord. We know the history. We know the different accounts, all right, with things like with Pharaoh, right? We know all of these things, so which is why we out here, putting up these videos like this to, show people, and even when you go into the gruesomeness, all right, the nastiness, like the elders say all the time, the nastiness of the scriptures, man. All right, it's a bloody book, Go ahead.
Real quick, just to back you up, this Second Corinthians 5:11.
Yes,
It
I
says,
got that. Yes, I had
yes,
that.
brother.
Yeah, you got it.
It says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men,
Time.
but we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciences. All right. But the main part was going into what? We know the terror of the Lord. Like this brother
Yeah.
said, the Lord have a long track record of wreaking havoc on
Yes,
the
bro.
inhabitants of the earth. All right. Justly though, doing it in a righteous manner. Okay. We go off, we get punished. The nations come against us, they get punished. All right. It's simple and plain. Simple as that. Real quick, I got one for you.
Good.
This the book of Job, chapter 19 and verse 20, and it reads, "Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment." All right, so just giving you the understanding that, hey, when you start to see shit happening in the earth, people getting unalived, I understand that there's a judgment for the actions that these people are doing. All right, you don't believe that living a specific lifestyle. I'm gonna say this: living any lifestyle that's contrary to how the scriptures prescribe you to live. There's a judgment for that, man.
Yep.
Okay, there's a judgment, man, and it very well will lead to your death if you don't repent. You see,
Hmm.
but if you have anything, you can bring it out.
Yeah, because it was something what you had just said. It made me want to bring this out. You
Hmm.
know, because even after the destruction of ancient Egypt, all right, when the Lord you know bounded up the rivers, all right, put the line between the rivers, all right, and had the wall of water on both sides, and
Hmm.
Israel crossed over on dry land, all right, and once everybody crossed over, he let the waters, he stopped holding the waters back, all right, and let Pharaoh, his chariots, all right, all of them just got washed up under there,
Yeah,
until this day, the artifacts are still there, all right. That's why Revelation speak about the woman,
the earth helping
the
the
earth,
woman.
the earth helping the woman, man,
That's right.
and these things, if we have those testaments or those testimonies now to look at, to reflect on, all right, how much more of those nations, all right, back then, you know, which is why this account I'm about to bring out with Rahab the harlot, you know, they already knew the type of power that was coming with Israel, man. All right, the nations feared the Lord, and they trembled at the presence of knowing that Israel was coming, man. You see,
God.
and that same fashion is coming back in today's time. You see, they gonna start fearing. Hey, man, when they start, they fear now. You know,
Yep.
seeing us on the highways and byways, man. Us waking up into who we truly are, man. You see? So how much more when those terrors start coming, all right, those judgments start getting heavier, all right? When you start seeing the scale of people, the number scale of people dying, all right, or being put to death, being broken day by day, man. You see, these are the things that we tell you about week in, week out, man. That this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And when it starts happening, all right, everyone is going to be afraid, man. You know? But let
God.
me bring this out real quick. This
Yep.
Joshua is chapter 2, uh 2 verse 9, right? With just a little backstory when he sent it was two spies, that Joshua sent in. All right. And the brother said the Lord finna show who the big stepper, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake. Hey man, Jake be playing around, like they I be stepping on shit. You know what Jake say. Go ahead.
Yeah. Real quick, because I'm gonna let you get your precept, but that's the other portion of this lesson. All right. When I was dialoguing with the beloved one, we kind of just was going into how all of these people that say they do this, they do that. All right. They unalive this person or whatever the case may have been. You didn't do none of that. No, you were
Exactly.
put in a goddamn trance, all right, by the angels, and the Lord put the spirit on your ass to commit whatever that was. You didn't do any of those things. You were
Hmm.
just a vessel of destruction. The angels got on your ass and made you do whatever it is that you so called did. And we
Yep.
gonna grab that too in the latter half of this the lesson.
John. So this Joshua 2 and 9, right? So this was the two spies, all right, when they were basically in the city that Israel was about to take, right? It says, and she said unto the men, and speaking of Rahab the harlot, all right, when she was a heathen, it says, I know that the Lord Yahweh had given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. You see that reputation that came with it, man. She
Right.
said she know the terror that's falling upon us. So everybody, right, they're in a panic. You know, they sweating. They know because they know they about to be completely destroyed, man. You see, and that's what the rulers of this world are doing. All right, they're panicking. Okay, which is why they, like I read in the Revelation 12, he just gonna come down with the great wrath. Because he know his time short. Right, as it says in Joel 14:5, that he's appointed the bounds that he can't pass. All right, I was talking to the brother yesterday. He's looking at the bounds right now, brother. He's looking at the wall and knowing that this is it. You see, this is where we are in prophecy, man. All right. He know that he can, like, oh man, once I get here, I can't go nowhere else. So
Yeah.
he just gonna say fuck it.
Fuck
You
it.
know, that I just gotta do what I gotta do. But that's the Lord that's making him do that, on the left hand side, because what prophecy has to be fulfilled. All right. But it says, um, I'm gonna read verse 9 in NLT. I'm gonna jump back and forth in the KJV and the NLT. This verse 9 in NLT, it says, I know the Lord has given you this land. She told them, we are all afraid of you. Everyone in the land is living in terror. So that's that reputation, the king of terrors. The
Yeah.
king of terrors, he has his people coming to conquer a land, and he got all the people living in terror, man. Come on, bro. It says, verse 10 in the KJV, it says, for we have heard how Yahweh dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, and when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, who ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you, For Yahweh, your power, he is the power in heaven above and in earth, right? And so they knew, they said, man, our hearts melted, man, because when they started hearing about the terrors that the Lord was bringing upon the other nations that Israel came to
Right.
conquer and destroy, man. You see? So that same mind frame, that same state of mind is coming back now. When they say when they see it, all right, they shall be amazed with terrible fear. I believe
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right, us standing on our feet again, man. You know, but you got it out.
Nah, that's heavy because it said what the Lord had did for you. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
coming back into a time where the Lord said He not gonna allow them to basically kill the prophets and shit no more. Now we understand through prophecy that men will be made, certain men will be made martyrs and things of that nature. But the Lord also say He will do what? He will lift up a standard. You see, so the
Yeah.
Lord He gonna start fighting for us again. When these different terrors that we're talking about, when the Lord show the world how terrible He really is, and how atrocious He can get, the ugliness, all right, of the scriptures, He's gonna help us. You
Mm-hmm.
see, He gonna help us, man. And that goes back to that Second Corinthians. All right, through the terror of the Lord, we try to persuade men, and we really and truthfully, the only ones who will be persuaded are the elect. The rest gonna have to do like Kabal just put on the chat. All right, must know about death by pain. They gonna know the same thing. The whole world would know how terrible the Lord is, and He's not to be, fucked around with. All right, for lack of a better words.
Hey, I wish we could go into the etymology, or not the etymology, but the root word of that word pain, man, in the Apocrypha. I wish we could go into pain,
I'm gonna
because
just
I
see the
know,
etymology.
yeah, I'm looking at the etymology, but
He ain't going into nothing.
I mean, not nothing too crazy.
Huh.
Uh, yeah, it's just what somebody would believe pain is,
Right.
and that's what the Lord is. He's bringing pain. All right, it ain't gonna be no easy, what you call them, a merciful debts in that day, man. All right, getting dome checked. All right, that's gonna be a easy death, man. Ain't gonna be none of those. The Lord said you gonna know it after death by pain. Right? It's gonna be a lot of agony, a lot of scrutiny. You're gonna go through
Yes.
some shit, man. You know? Go ahead.
Nah, we're gonna say this because you know to hell with these different languages. The universal language of the world is pain, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking understand pain. Old, young, woman, child, animals. Everybody understand pain. You see, and that's why the Lord gonna have to teach those who don't get it now through pain. All right, especially 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, by way of Jacob's trouble and ultimately them nuclear missiles, man.
Hmm.
The Lord gonna get some act right. He gonna get some straightening about some shit, man.
That's
Through
right.
pain, you know. But really, this will be the last one. I just kind of wanted to grab this real quick. Um, Sirach 39 and what we at 28, real
Kind of like
quick.
it for you.
Okay.
Oh yeah. This Sirach 39 and 28. And that's beautiful. Let's go back up that point you made earlier, about the Lord putting those angels on, certain people to go and do these heinous acts, these heinous crimes, man. You know? There's Sirach 39 and 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Okay, stop right there. I'm gonna get you to keep going to 31. But
Mm,
nevertheless, it says it's gonna appease the wrath of him that made them. You see, so the Lord has created uh spirits for vengeance. Okay, for those that oppose the Lord, He has created specific spirits, all right, to get his revenge. Like Jake like to say in the world, they get back. You see?
Yep.
And these are not mortals. They don't have mortal thoughts and feelings like we have. Empathy, nah. These will appease the wrath of him that made them. And to appease mean they're gonna make sure he's satisfied, to make sure his revenge, his hunger for revenge is satiated. All right. The Lord ain't gonna say, "Oh, you should have did it better." Nah, they getting exactly what the Lord wanted out of it. All right. The Lord ain't jacked somebody up and was like, "Oh, I should have did him worse, or I shouldn't have did him like." Nah, they giving him the exact percent, right on the dot. All right. You got it, out.
Con. This verse 29, it says, "Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance."
That's right. So not only the guy who does a shooting, but you have what things that Jake in the world wouldn't even think that had a spirit. You see, it said fire, hail, famine, death. All of these were created for vengeance. Okay, so when you see babies, you know, uh, um, going back into the spiritual world, things of that nature, by way of what? Car wrecks, fires, drowning. All of those things are for vengeance, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All of those things were created for that specific purpose, man. You got it?
Con. Verse 30, it says, "Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and a sword, punishing the wicked to destruction."
Yeah. And what do we see a lot? We see a lot of those Edomites that go fucking hiking in the Kodak Mountains and get mauled by a fucking Kodak grizzly bear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's because that grizzly bear got a spirit put on his ass, and he went and go tab a damn Edomite. And not just Edom, of course, Jake, but I'm just making common ground with that. Oh, it tell you that. It tell you that in what? Second Kings.
Yeah. Yep.
When Elisha he was mourning for that was Elijah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe so.
he was mourning for Elijah, and he got mocked by 40 children, and he prayed
Yeah.
to the Lord, and two fucking she bears.
Sea bass, yeah. He was saying, "Hey, go up that bald head," you know.
Yeah, they mocked
And he,
him.
and he put curses on him, bro. You
And
know.
he prayed to the Lord, man. He prayed to the
Yeah.
Lord that they get jacked up, and they
Yeah.
did. You know.
Hey man, and we praying the Lord that He jack this place up, man. All right,
Yeah.
speedily. You know, He day in day out, man, putting curses up on this place, man. You know
Uh,
that He jacked this place up, and He gonna answer our prayers the same way He did Elisha, man.
that's
You
right,
know,
brother. You could
so
get
we're
the
gonna make
last one, verse 31.
31
Brother.
kind. It says, "They shall rejoice in His commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress His word."
Yeah. So the Lord ain't gotta wait for 3 business days for the repair man for his judgment. All right, he
Come
don't
on.
gotta wait. Nah, when he asks, it's getting done expeditiously. You know, the Lord ain't. He ain't fucking around, bro. So like it for my profanity, but he ain't messing around, man. It says they shall be ready upon earth when need is. So whenever the Lord needs to recompense a man for his actions, they ready to do that.
Yeah.
And it says they shall rejoice in his commandment. They happy to go put belt to ass, like Jake would say.
Yeah. I don't know
You
what
know?
Jake think they get that terminology from. But it
Yeah.
all comes from the Heavenly Father, man. He like I said earlier, He is Him. He's the one, man.
Right,
You
man.
know,
And it
I,
says they shall not transgress his word. So you don't have two angels arguing about what, did they go far? Nah, no. They getting it done. They reporting back to the Lord. Lord, look what I did. I executed your commandment perfectly.
Yeah,
Well
it's
done.
finished. It's
It's done.
finished. They
It's
just come
done.
back to the Lord. It's finished, and it appease them that it's finished.
That's right.
You know,
He
hey man,
created
if
them for that.
brother, if it pleased the Lord to bruise His own Son, brother, how much more the people that He don't care about, bro?
Con.
Especially the people of the 2/3, right? The other heathen nations. Hey man, He called you you're less than a drop that fall from a bucket, man. He called you less than nothing. So what do you think He's gonna do to you when he gets ready to judge you, man? You know?
Hey, get that one that Cabal put on the comment board. That last
Kind
one, that Psalms. That's a good one, man. To couple up with that.
kind of Psalms 103 and 20, it says, "Bless the Lord Yahweh, ye His angels that excel in strength, that do His commandments, hearkening unto the voice of His word." Yo,
So they excel in these strength, man. And what? They hogging it unto the commandment of the Lord. They doing that.
yeah, that's the
No
hitman.
rebuttal.
Kind brother, that's the brother put up there. He said that's the Lord's hitman, man.
Spiritual hitman.
Yeah,
You know? And
they
these
answer
don't
the
miss.
huh?
And say I said these don't miss.
Yeah, these don't miss. Like you said, can any deliver out of my hand? Nah, nah. 100% kill rate, man. Ain't never missed. Ain't never missed.
That's right.
I got something for you though. The backup that what was that Sirach 39 when it
Yep.
said let me go back to it real quick. All right, because it said they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, you know. And like you explained it beautifully, to back that up, this Romans 13 and 1. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High, and the powers that be are ordained of the Most High." So the rulers, even the rulers of the earth, all right, who the earth is given into, all right, that was ordained by the Most High, man. All
Right.
right, He saw fit for the to put them right according to prophecy, of course, but He put them on high to reign because first it was promised through Isaac, "Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth," for a small season, you know, and He also blessed them with what? The sword, man. He
Yep.
blessed Esau with the sword, right? And this is what these verses are going into, the one who bears the sword, right? And it's going to say it. Verse 2, it says, "Whoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation." So, hey man, you resisting the powers, you resisting the Most High. You see? And it's gonna be a judgment for that, right? Which is why we gotta just wait upon the Lord, But this is getting to the point now. Verse 3, it says, "For rulers are not a terror to do good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?" Question mark. "Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of the Most High to do thee for good. But if thou do," hold on.
Kind of not a brother getting down, man.
Yeah, it says, "For he is the minister of the Most High to do to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon them that do it evil." So, and this is the Most High. This is who he uses to whip you, jakes, man. All right, you
Yep.
so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, you wonder why you getting gunned down in the streets, right? You walk in a certain town, you getting looked at funny. All right, then all of a sudden you go up missing. You see, because this devil, he bears not the sword in vain, man. All right, he it says, For he is the minister of the Most High, and a revenger to execute wrath upon them that do it evil. All right, upon you other nations, man. All right, but I'm gonna get it in the NLT real quick.
Mm.
You want to say something on it?
Yeah, because not only the sword is the biggest part, all right, but
Yeah,
what he take you jakes down through food, all right, entertainment, through chemical warfare, all right. His and when you look at it, that's all the wrath of the Lord being shown forth through this devil, man.
yeah.
You know, why do you think all of these bills are being passed and going into totalitarian laws and draconian laws? This devil is about to bring the hammer down on you, Jace. The Lord is about to express his anger with the house of Israel, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
on the house of Israel. You got it.
hey, like brother said, we believe the elected seal, brother. Like at this point,
Uh-huh.
the way things are moving, we believe the elected seal. So it's only a short time that's left, man. All right,
Right.
before great judgments and different things start to get more raw, okay, throughout the planet Earth, man. You see? And I'm gonna read verse 4 in the NLT. It says the authorities are the Most High's servants. So Esau is a servant too. We go
Yep.
back to Job, what's the second chapter, first and second chapter. You know,
Con.
when the Lord told him, where you been? Where you been at? So talking to the spiritual demons, hey, where you been at? He said, walking about, seeking whom I may devour, may devour, man, walking the earth, being that vagabond, right?
Con.
But it says, but if you are doing wrong, of course you should be afraid, for they have the power to punish you. So isn't a like Isaac, all right, which is Yahweh Shai, if you can receive that in the reincarnation, it says you should be afraid, for they have the power to punish you, right? And that's what they have the power right now, man. All
That's
right, till
right.
the Lord comes back and take the power away from them, they have the power to punish us, man. All right, it says, for they are the Most High servants sent for the very purpose of punishing those who do what is wrong, and that's what the bulk of our people is doing. They're doing what's wrong. They don't want to repent. They don't want to shave off the ways of this world. Okay, they just want to keep doing what's right in their own eyes. All right. Well, it's gonna be a terrible way to go out for you, man. All right, you got it, bro.
Nah, hey, that's heavy, man. It's gonna be a terrible way, and a lot of you people, your worst nightmares, hey, the Lord gonna make that come to fruition. All right, He gonna make that come to fruition in this time.
I
Through,
got that too.
yep, we can end on that.
Kind. It's Isaiah 66:4. It says, I will also choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes and choose that in which I delighted not.
Yeah, that's perfectly backing up everything that we done brought out, man. All right, so when you look at that Sirach, the 39th chapter, all of those different ways of wrath, all right, of what did it say? Vengeance, okay, all of those different tools of vengeance, fire, hail, famine, teeth of wild beasts, the sword, pestilence, all of these things, if you're afraid of them, hey, the Lord gonna make sure you get to experience that in his true strength. This is the last time you Jake's gonna get y'all asses handed to you, and the Lord gonna make sure you get that. Because what? You didn't listen when the Lord called.
Yeah, after that time of the doors of mercy, all right, Lord's hands being stretched out. When the Lord stopped stretching his hands out, all right, and he closed the door, well, that's it. You can't get in the house, man.
Right.
All right, you can't get in the strong tower and you can't be saved, man. All right.
Con.
So from that point on, whatever your worst imagination was of dying, hey man, the Lord gonna put that on you, man. You
So
know,
big.
and so be it. Hey, like brother said, the blood is off our hands, you know, and we just hope and pray that the Lord be with us, man. You know. But that was
Con.
all I had, bro.
Yeah, that's all I had too, man. Lord willing, the point was made. All right, and Lord willing, it was edifying first and foremost to the hopeful elect and those that cling unto the body. All right, so before we get out of here, we like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Bahashem,
Katadash.
Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to hopeful elect. Shalom
Shalom.
and a Bible ball.
Baba. Call me Yahshua. Shalom.